Alright, let's do this final video on the Barnes 129 grain LRX and the 6.8 Western I haven't loaded in. Well, let's see this. Yeah, 6.8 Western. This is this turned out to be a little project, and now it's complete. Let's go through some of the stages of it. Well, we started at 61.7. I don't have that target anymore, but that pressure was way too high. Oh, by the way, it's Stayball 6.5 powder. So that's the powder for all these different tests that I ran. So Stayball 6.5. I started the book shows 61.7 grain max load, so I started that. Bolt stuck, and so that was just too much. So, although it was fairly accurate, I got a group kind of like that when I did that one, but I mean, you're gonna ruin your brass and your bolt sticking, and yeah, it was way too much. And I'm somebody that likes max charges, so if it wasn't too much, I wouldn't say that, but it was too much. And it was definitely too much because I didn't even start getting down into reasonable territory until like 60.5. So it was definitely too much. Even at 61, I had bolt stick. So as in when you fire and your bolt sticks because the round, I guess it compresses against the bolt so much or something that it just sticks to it. I've had it happen a few times, but so anyway, so there was the group at 61. And again, the pressure was too high on that, but you could see these velocities in a 3-shot group. Just SD of 45. That's because that pressure is spiking. So even at that, it's just too high. Interestingly, when I was at 61.7, they were all I had an SD pretty good, single digit ST. So I'm almost curious if there's like a node beyond that it would dial down some, but probably not, man. It's probably just too high. But anyway, so then I started at 61.7, went down to 61.0. And so I was going down in 0.7 grain increments. So I went to 60.3 next. And that shot on the right, I might have threw that one. I don't know if I did or not, honestly. I'm going from a bipod, and these are all from 100 yards, so I might have threw that shot, but I had a 3171 velocity. I only was able to read one. But you can tell where that one hit. So that one hit, right there, and then when I was at 61.0, they hit right there. So that shot is right there. So that tells me I threw this one. Because if you look at these are right here. This one's right there, right here, right there, which was the winner, but right there. So this one is just an outlier, and I probably threw it. Because I'm a fairly good shot. I mean, definitely not that bad, but I'm prone to throwing a shot here and there. But so 60.3 was when I found out that I was outside of the high pressure. Bolt didn't stick at all, fired perfectly fine. Everything went perfectly fine. So I was like, okay, now I'm going to go up a little bit and down a little bit and see if I can tighten up that group. Now, that means 60.3. It might be worth testing if if you have Stay-Ball 6.5 and you're using that powder, you want to test it. That group might be tighter. That probably might have been me that threw that shot on the right. So, because you're definitely in a lower node zone here, which I'll prove in these next two. This was, which you'll know what the winner was after this. This was the 60.0, right? So 60.0 ended up being a little over an inch. Not a bad group, but 60.5 is where it really dialed into basically a 1/4 inch. So 60.5 with Stay-Ball 6.5 and my Winchester XPR 6.8 Western 22-inch compact version is the one that put that group. So anywhere from like 60, what was it? This was 60.0. This was 60.3, and I bet that group's better. I think I threw that shot on the right. So 60.0 and 60.5. I bet anywhere from 60.0 to 60.5 would be pretty good. But I did notice that at 60.5, I could tell the pressure was starting to increase. Like the bolt operated perfectly fine, but that's probably the last point, right, at which it's going to be like that. But let's look at, here's the group. 3229 with the SD of 14.2. So what I'm wondering is that if 60.4 would probably, just backing off that a little bit, but I mean, I'm not really going to worry about it because if I get a 1/4 inch group, that's what I'm going to stick with. But I think 60.4 to 60.5 would probably be the golden ticket. But anywhere from 60.0 to 60.5 is going to be your sweet spot with Stay-Ball 6.5. Let's look at the shot list here. So yeah, 32.15 and then 32.43. So you could tell, oh, the second one dialed down a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I think that's where you're gonna want to stop is 60.5. I think beyond that, the pressure will start to go back into that high node. And actually 60.4 is probably where you're going to be best. Let's see if I can find the 60.0 chart. I did those first, so this should be the 60.0. There. Oh wait, that's the one I just looked at, I think. Yeah, let's go to this one. 3193. Okay, so this at 60.0, the SD was 10.8 with a 3193 average. So that's a little bit better. But the group wasn't as good. So when you dial, I think 60.4 would actually be the best one. So there's that. So now everybody can take that and do what they will with it. Right? And you do everything at your own risk, with reloading. That's just the way it goes. Obviously, you always want to stay within what the manual tells you anyway. And these numbers are within what the manual says anyway. So, I mean, 61.7 is what they said for the max, and that was way too much. For Stay-Ball 6.5. So 60.4, 60.5 I think is a sweet spot. And I don't know. I mean, that could come down to primers, brass. Who knows what they tested it with? I don't know. Or if they even did. Maybe they just enter something in the computer and it gives them some numbers. Um, my primers were, let's see, what did I use? Just basic Federal 210. Large rifle primer is all I used. And the brass, actually, this brass was the um, the brass that came. I've used this brass multiple times, probably 8, 9, 10 times. This is the stuff that comes out of the Winchester stuff. Let's see, what is it called? Winchester. Good grief. Winchester Ballistic Silver Tip. You buy it in the box of 20, and I just reloaded that. And that's all that I used on that one. Winchester Ballistic Silver Tip. You know, after I fired that. That stuff's pretty good too. I've got that stuff subbing away out of this Winchester XPR. But anyway, this is getting too long, so thanks for watching. And have a good day. Have a happy 4th of July. I'm definitely going to be eating some ice cream and some sweets tonight now that this is done. This is a good one to have. Good one to have in the old tray, you know? in your tray of ammo that you've loaded that worked out. Because, oh, well, yeah, let's go back. Sorry, let's go over these numbers. And remember, in one of the last videos, I said I'm going to dial the numbers for 3,200 because that's where I think the sweet spot's going to be. And it basically was right around there. So these are the numbers these are like the ballistics of that. Because that's basically what it was, let's see. Well, it was 3229, 3230 really, but it's pretty much going to be that. So 1480 foot-pounds at 500. You know, this is the drop. So 2.4, 9.2 inch, 21 inch drop at 400. This is the energy. 2200 foot-pounds at 200, 1968 at 300. So it's plenty of power for deer, probably even elk and stuff out to 500 yards. Velocity was still at 2274, even at 500 yards. So yeah, I mean, this is the golden ticket for hunting, especially out west. You know, 6.8 Western, 129 LRX with stable 6.5. Good load data. Thanks for watching.